And we should be live. Let me see if everything's working. 1 2 1 2. Sound okay, image okay, everything okay. Yes, all right. Hi everybody in the chat. Shahid, Surendra, where are you guys from? So super excited to be here with you tonight, because in this live stream I'm going to tell you how you can become a highly paid blockchain developer in 2024. With the bull market, there's really a ton of opportunity, so right now is just the best time to get in. Really, you have to get in now, well while we're still early in the cycle. All right, so who we have in the chat? We have THX, Guillermo, Syria, Dr. Remix, Emmanuel, hello from Rome. Dr. Remix, been watching your videos since 5 years, man. Wow, thank you, man. Really appreciate your support. Dravid. Okay, so let's move on. I'm gonna tell you today about my story for those of you who don't know me yet. Then we're gonna talk of the job market for Solidity. Then I'm gonna reveal what is the roadmap that you need to follow to learn Solidity. And after, I'm gonna follow up with how to make money with Solidity. And after, I'm going to introduce you our Solidity Bootcamp. And finally, we're gonna do Q&A. All right, so let's start with my story. So I'm Julian from France, in case you haven't noticed my beautiful French accent. Yeah, from Paris, France, but actually I traveled the world and I went very far from home. I started my career in Hong Kong, and where I wanted to become the next Wolf of Wall Street. But unfortunately, yeah, I wanted to be like that guy. But unfortunately, it didn't really end up like this, and I was more like this guy from Lehman Brothers, because I had the good idea to join finance just after the financial crisis in 2008, the worst moment ever. And so I had to find a solution. Okay, so my solution was to learn coding. So got into PHP, WordPress, beautiful language, beautiful shitty language, and I got my first gig, and I started to be a digital nomad. I was going everywhere, traveling the world. So that was pretty cool, but it wasn't the luxury yet, because I was still a beginner. And the truth is, I was poor. Okay, I was always struggling with a shitty customer. I don't pay you anything, and they're super annoying, super demanding, etc. So yeah, it was great to have some freedom. It was great to do something I like, but it wasn't too great to not make any money. So excuse me, I need some water today. I'm still recovering, still have a flu. Guess I have to manage this voice. Oh yeah, I saw already a lot of questions in the chat. Don't worry, guys. We're gonna cover everything at the end. So I had a plan in mind. Okay, I was like, hey, we cannot continue like this. So what I want is, first of all, I don't want to do freelance anymore. I want a remote job. Okay, I want like something stable. So I want 6-figure. I want something remote, and I want something interesting. Okay, so those my three. I had 3 conditions. Okay, so how I'm gonna get that? Well, I made a plan. I said, okay, well, I need to be really specialized, and I need to build my personal brand. So first, specialize. I decided to go with Solidity, because I started to be quite in demand, but the number of Solidity developer wasn't very high. And then for my personal brand, I use mainly YouTube and LinkedIn, basically publishing content about Solidity. And thanks to this, in just a few months, exactly in 3 months, I created my YouTube channel in October 2017. In December, I had my six-figure remote job. So it was insane. It was just like mind-blowing. Like just before that, when I sent CV, nobody cared about me. It's like, hey, dude, you too when they answer me, they said, look, you're just too junior. We can, we're not interested. And so, I mean, this is crazy how a good strategy can just change everything. So it was great, and yeah, I really really enjoyed it. And so I started to give some conference around the world about blockchain. It was really amazing, and and I also created the. I also on this channel, Eat the Blocks. I also helped more and more people do the same career change. Sorry, and yeah, this is how I ended up at some point pivoting 100% on education for blockchain developer. Um, so this is my story, but we are not here to just talk about me, right? We're here to talk about how to get a job in this current market. So, what is the current job market for Solidity? Okay, so first of all, the job market is always quite related to the crypto cycle. So right now we are in a bull market, so that is perfect. So all the indicators are green. So we have the Bitcoin ETF. We might have the Ethereum ETF soon. We have the Bitcoin halving coming very soon. Finally, we might, though the interest rate are the highest right now, and so we expect that this summer they will start to go down, which will be further a further catalyst to the market. Okay, so basically this is gonna be a an incredible bull market that is going to come to us. So at the moment, the number of Solidity jobs is increasing really fast. Okay, so you don't have to worry about this. Really, the demand is there. But this, what you see on this job board, actually is just a small part of the market, because most of the job market is what we call the hidden job market. This is not just for Solidity. Everywhere, for every kind of job, you always have this thing. Okay, so hidden job market. And in terms of salary, so junior for Solidity, that it's 100K, average 130K, max 250. Actually, you can go even higher than this if you specialize in security, for example. I've heard of salary of 300K, 400K. I mean, it can get really, really insane. But you have to see the long term. Like when you, if you get into this is you're gonna be in for a few years at least. Okay, so at the end, the goal is that you can have a remote job that really you can do everything. So not only you can make money, but you can also live everywhere. Really, that's the goal. So all of this is great, but how can we actually learn Solidity? What do we have to learn exactly? Okay, so there are really three components. So there's the Ethereum protocol, because this is most of the blockchain developer job, they are on Ethereum. Then on Ethereum specifically, you need the programming language. You need to know a programming language called Solidity. And finally, there's a framework for smart contract. It's called Foundry. So those are really the three technology that you need to focus on. So with more detail, you need to understand really well the EVM. So that means the Ethereum virtual machine. That's the part of Ethereum that runs smart contract. Of course, you need to know Solidity very well. Solidity patterns, how we do certain tasks in a specific way. For example, yes, 20, that's a pattern. You need to know about smart contract testing. Testing is super important for smart contract. We want to make sure that we don't have any bugs. You need to know about yield and gas optimization. So yield, this is a basically a low-level version of Solidity. Very flexible, very powerful, but also very dangerous. But you need to know it if you want to be considered seriously as a professional Solidity developer. Gas optimization, this is basically optimizing transaction fees. Transaction fee can be very expensive. So if your code is more simple, it's going to be it's going to be better for users. And you need to know about specific application of Solidity. Um, so there are three main kind of application: DeFi, NFT, and DAO. Excuse me for a second. Some water. Sorry about this. We're gonna get through this. All right, I'm going a little bit faster than usual because with my voice, unfortunately, I cannot last too long. Thanks for your patience. I'm still alive, don't worry. I'm not dying tonight. We're too early in the bull market. Later, but not now, okay? Mm. All right, let's keep going. So how can you make money with Solidity? Very good question. So first, you can be an employee, so you work as a Solidity developer. Most of you will probably do this, but you can also be a freelancer if you want to be more independent. Um, you can also be an entrepreneur and create your own project if you are very ambitious. And there are different ways that you can specialize. You can be a full stack blockchain dev, so you know everything, the smart contract, but also the front end. You can just be a Solidity developer, specialize on smart contract. You can specialize in smart contract security. This is what pay the most, but it's a little bit less beginner friendly. You can do gas optimization, very, very specific. But there are some people who do just this and they make a lot of money. You can be specialized in a specific application like DeFi, NFT, or games. And you can also be specialized in crypto trading bot, either to make money by yourself or to work for somebody else. Usually we call this MEV trading bot. So many different ways to specialize, but no matter what you do, you need to know Solidity very well. And to find a job, so you have a lot of job boards that are specialized in crypto, like Crypto Job List. You also have generalist job board like LinkedIn, where you have lots of Solidity jobs. So in your job search, your portfolio is going to be super important. So you need to have a nice GitHub with some nice project. Open source can be interesting too if you do open source contribution, but it's not really accessible to beginners, unfortunately. Networking, going to conference, going to meetup can be a great way to expand your network. Personal branding, so basically what I'm doing, being active on social media, that's extremely effective. Okay, so I told you everything. So do we just stop here? Well, the problem is that, so right now with all the information I gave you, you can make it on your own, So you can go on YouTube, try to search for some resources, but the problem was a lot of the stuff that you'll find out there on the internet is a lot of it is outdated, and also a lot of it is not really created in a way to make you land a job. It's just teach you a few stuff, but without really the target of getting you a job. So and so in the end, a lot of people who just watch video on YouTube just end up, first of all, not watching the whole course, and very few people end up actually getting a job because they are not really committed. So we can do better than this. And so this is why I'm going to tell you about our Solidity Bootcamp. So in the Solidity Bootcamp of Feed the Blocks, we can turn you into a Solidity Pro in 1 month only. So you're going to acquire a rare in-demand skill. You're going to be able to get a 6-figure job. You're going to be able to work remotely. You're going to be able to create your own blockchain project. And so with all of this, you are going to be job ready. You're going to be able to make a career change. So we just specialize on Solidity. We just focus on Solidity because that's really the most important. That's the most high value skill. There are other bootcamp out there, courses that also focus on the front end. We took the decision to just do Solidity because it's much better to be a Solidity expert than just to be a sort of jack of all trades that just know a little bit of everything. It's not very rare, for example, to know front end, JavaScript, CSS, React. I mean, there are like tons of developers who know this, but just Solidity very well, very few developers know this. So this is why we focus just on that. So here is how it works. So this is gonna be live classes from April 8th to May 3rd. So you have 1 hour 30 per day, 4 days a week, and so we're gonna have different modules. So we're gonna do a deep dive into the EVM. We're gonna cover advanced Solidity, so much more advanced than what you find on YouTube. We're gonna see advanced testing with Foundry, extremely important. We're gonna see yield and gas optimization. So again, not really a topic that is covered a lot. We're gonna cover smart contract security because you just have to know this as a smart contract developer. Security is very important, and we're gonna see some specific application of smart contract in DeFi, NFT, and DAOs. And we're also going to cover a professional development process. So really the difference between the tutorial you'll find on YouTube and the real development process that you will follow when you're professional. You will see the difference. So in terms of technology, we're going to focus on Ethereum, Solidity, and Foundry. This is where you have the most jobs. And the way it works, so you're gonna have some lectures, but you're also gonna have some live exercise and also some homework. And in this homework, you're gonna have to submit your code, and you're gonna have some code review on GitHub. And this part is really essential because if you want to learn, you need to have some feedback from a professional, because otherwise, basically the way we learn the fastest is by making mistakes. Okay, so the problem with all those video courses is like there is no feedback at all. So it's just passive. You just copy paste, and this is not a very efficient way to learn. So code reviews are just like 10 times more effective, but unfortunately it's super hard to get some feedback from a professional blockchain dev. Well, this is what you're gonna get in the bootcamp. All right. So our student, I think this is one of the things they prefer. 1 second, please. All right, so you're gonna get access to the recording of the lecture. So if you miss a class, it's okay. You can see the recording. You're gonna get access to our private Discord, lifetime access. Okay, so even after the bootcamp, you keep access to it. And this is quite active. Students always share some interesting stuff. You will get a customized feedback for your CV, LinkedIn, and GitHub. So that is so important because I see so many students that have like really shitty online profile. And with this, you will never get a job. You know, if you don't optimize this, if you don't have an outside opinion on it, chances are your resume suck, your LinkedIn suck, your CV suck, and you just send your job application, but you don't understand why you don't get any answers because they all suck. And this is so sorry to be so transparent, but that's the truth. But the good news is that you can get it fixed. All right, so now let's talk business, guys. Let's talk money. So if what I could charge for this bootcamp, just for the core curriculum, I could charge 3,000. For the code review, for all the time that we spent together, I could charge another 3,000. For the lecture recording, 250. Lifetime access to our Discord, 250. Review of your online profile, another 500. So that would be a total of 7,000. Now, I understand that not everybody can afford this, so we're not gonna do this price, okay? We are only gonna do about 10% of this price, so 750. The investment required is $750, but the value you get is 7,000. So we have 30 seats available. We already started the sale, and so we actually only have 16 seats remaining currently, so the seats are booked really, really fast. So if you're interested, I really recommend to book your seat as soon as possible. So to register, you have to follow this link. I'm gonna put it in the chat. Just give me one moment, please. So eat the blocks. Just okay, so eattheblocks.com, eattheblocks/bootcamp. Okay, let me see. Does it work? Yeah. Okay. So let just give me 1 second. So here on the page of the bootcamp, so to enroll, you click on enroll today. You click on enroll now, and it's gonna take you to the payment page. You can also pay in crypto if you want. You click here and you'll have the payment instruction. If you want more information about the bootcamp, you can check out the page. And here, if you click on this link, it's going to show you the detailed program, detailed curriculum. All right. So let me pin this message. Pin message. Let me see. Yeah. All right. Awesome. So let's get back to the press. So just a bit about Eat the Blocks. If you don't know us, so I started the blocks in 2017. We had 15,000 students who took our courses and boot camps. And I can show you some feedback from our students. So here's a student to find his Solidity job in 2 months. Here's another student who took our bootcamp recently. I tried learning Solidity with Udemy courses, but I didn't get it. Long-winded theory with no ongoing help. When I did the Eat the Blocks bootcamp, I finally got it. Someone else find his first Solidity job. Someone else who got 2 job offers from 2 employers. Someone else who found a blockchain developer job. We also have some other students who created their own project. So here, an engineer of Microsoft. We also have someone who raised a couple of $1 million for his blockchain project. And another one, FutureSwap, they actually raised $12 million. So huge success. And if you go on the page of the bootcamp, you will find even more testimonial. All right. But what's really interesting is that you will find that for these testimonials, we have all kind of people. You have people who are complete beginners, but you also have people who were already a software developer, and yeah, both kind of profile managed to get in the industry. So the big question is, are we going to turn you into our next success story? And I hope so. So in order for this to happen, register for our bootcamp on eattheblocks.com/bootcamp. At the moment, we have 16 seats available only. So hurry up. It's going to be gone probably in 24 hours. And now I'm going to cover some typical question. And after that, we're going to do the Q&A. So that's the Solidity Bootcamp, covers everything to become a Solidity developer. Absolutely. Really, you don't need to know anything before starting. We will teach you everything. How much time do you need to follow the bootcamp? So you need roughly between 10 to 15 hours per week for 4 weeks. How long does it take to find a job as a Solidity developer? So on average, I would say it's going to take you between 2 to 3 months, something like this. Can we find a job as a junior Solidity developer? Yeah, so absolutely. Most of our students is how they got started. So even though on job boards sometimes you might feel like there aren't a lot of junior jobs, you also have to consider that a lot of those job description actually, sometimes you can even apply if you're a junior and you might still get a chance. And most of the job market is actually the hidden job market that do not exist on this job board. And we're gonna help you to we're gonna explain in the bootcamp how you can tap this market. All right. So what are the prerequisites to take the bootcamp? None. You can get started as a total beginner. Will I get some help if I'm stuck in the bootcamp? Absolutely. That's the whole point of the bootcamp. You're gonna get a ton of help. What if I'm not happy with the program? So we offer a 7 days refund guarantee. So basically you have no risk at all, zero risk. So to participate in this cohort, register here, eattheblock.com/bootcamp. Oh yeah, very important. So the price of the bootcamp is going to increase for each new cohort. We are still way below our target price. So if you're on the fence and you're thinking, oh, maybe I'm gonna register for a next bootcamp, just let FYI for your information, the price is not gonna be the same. Okay, so if you're locking the current price, make sure to sign up now. All right, so now we're gonna do the Q&A. Let me see what we got. All right, guys. So let's see what we have in the chat. I'm at Jose. Hey, will AI like Devin replace blockchain dev to add? Look, Devin is gonna replace blockchain dev last. Okay. That's because blockchain smart contracts are very sensitive security-wise. So nobody's gonna trust AI for that, or at least not to write the finished smart contract. AI is great for creative tasks, like for example, you want to generate art, but for anything that requires something exact, very precise, AI is not good to create the finished product. We can use AI to help us as blockchain dev, but the AI is not going to write a finished smart contract. Or at least not in the foreseeable future. All right. I learned everything I know because of you and became ERC and ERC721 developer of many projects. Wow, it's awesome, man. I'm super happy to hear this. All right. Then Virgil AI, will you talk about comparison to Rust for Solana? Yeah, the job market is just so much smaller for Solana. So, Solana is great if you're an investor and you want to ape on meme coin. I think that's great. But when it comes to job, it's just so small. Getting into Rust is not easy. So that's really a big investment that you're making in terms of time, commitment. So I wouldn't do that. Yeah, George, same question. Rust versus Solidity. Well, I think I addressed this. Dylan, where did you learn what you know about Solidity? Well, that was tough because at my time there was almost no resources at all. So I just used the documentation of Solidity, but it wasn't great. So a lot of experimentation. I found a job very fast, so I was able to learn even more on the job. But yeah, I learned by myself basically. Emmanuel, drink something warm. Thanks for the advice. Yeah. Wafa, are you French? I am French, as you can hear, right? All right. Dylan, I wish I could afford it. Yeah, man. I mean, you gotta think of basically this is an investment. And with this investment, you can see it as a coin. We always talk of the 100x coin. Everybody in crypto want to make 100x. Well, basically, if you take this bootcamp, this is 100x because currently it's at 750. Your ROI on this is gonna be, if you get a 6-figure job, it's gonna be more than 100x. Actually, it's gonna be something like 120x. You invest in yourself, so that is the most sure way to make 100x. I'm read, is crypto accepted? Yes, yes, absolutely. So let me see. I'm going to. This is on the landing page, but I'm gonna post it also in the chat if you guys need this. So for crypto payment, the instruction are here. Just crypto. Let me see. Yeah, crypto payments. Yeah, just put it in the chat. All right. Dominican don't run. What are the use case? Everything doesn't require a blockchain. Yeah, so for today's session is really for people who are already convinced that they want to become blockchain dev. So if you're not convinced yet, we can talk about this, but another time. But TLDR, just so many. Commerce, finance, NFT, gaming. This is huge. Emmanuel, AI is not deterministic. The opposite we need in blockchain. Yes, correct. Can I pay double after I get a job? No, we don't have this system, so we just have one price before. However, you have a 7 days refund, money back guarantee if you're not happy, and after you take the bootcamp, we're always here to help you. So basically, I don't see how this bootcamp wouldn't pay for itself. Like worst case scenario, and for us it would be a terrible outcome, but if all that bootcamp gets you is one freelance gig as a smart contract dev, well, just with 1 gig, it's gonna more than pay for itself, right? So basically, this is impossible that it doesn't pay for itself. But if you just get that and you don't get a job after, for us, it would be a terrible thing. So I don't think this is gonna happen. Most of our students end up getting a job. Dominican, what other chain can we use to develop on other ETH using, other than ETH using Solidity? So you can check out a website called chainlist.org. You have all the EVM compatible blockchain, but basically all the big one, all the L2 chain connected to Ethereum, like Base, for example, Optimism. So by learning Solidity, you open up so many doors. It's so much bigger than other smart contract language you can learn. Can you also help in change required for deployment on L2? It's the same. The tool chain is exactly the same. The only thing that is different is the transaction fee, which currency you're gonna use for payments, to cover transaction fee. But all the rest is exactly the same. Sometimes there are some small differences, but this is just detail. Okay, let me see. Emmanuel, is ZK proof covered? No, ZK proof is completely different. But the demand for ZK proof is nowhere as big as Solidity. So if you're still a beginner, I would recommend to start with Solidity. Artem, I have a call with representative of one of the biggest blockchain project in a few hours. I showcase them my crypto app that I was maintaining for a year already. Wish me luck. All right, good luck, Artem. All right, Dylan, I know it's 100x, but basically it's too expensive for. Yeah, sorry, man, but we can't do less than this. Coco Digita, how can I put a mascot on my token? Check out my video on YouTube, man. I have a ton of video on that. Dr. Remix, I've learned thanks to you a lot of coding. I learned Solidity thanks to you. Awesome. So can this bootcamp bring extra for someone like me who already knows Solidity? Well, maybe you know some basics of Solidity, but maybe there are some areas where you don't know enough. For example, do you know Foundry? Do you know testing well? Do you know yield? Do you know gas optimization? Do you know about smart contract security? So um, if right now you are stuck at just doing some simple project like ERC20 or ERC721, it's a great beginning, but you can go way beyond this and you can really increase your salary a lot if you get into advanced Solidity. So this is where we will help you with this bootcamp. So Yan, where did you learn blockchain development? Yeah, I answered that before, but basically learned by myself the Solidity docs, but it wasn't great. Okay, guys. So I'm gonna post the I'm gonna post the link to the bootcamp once again. So reminder. The next cohort is open for our Solidity bootcamp. So in 1 month, we are going to turn you into a Solidity pro. Okay, so if you want to join the bootcamp, basically what you have to do is follow this link that I just pasted. We have 16 seats available out of 30. So hurry up because it's gonna be gone very soon. And we have a 7 days money back guarantee, so no risk at all. Dominican, will it include any front end? No, we just focus on Solidity because that's the highest value skill. The front end, you can learn it everywhere. This is not what's gonna pay the most. What pay the most is Solidity. You need to be really good at it, and this is what we do in this bootcamp. All right, guys. So if there is any more question, you can reach me at julian@eattheblocks.com. Okay, a question about the bootcamp. But other than that, we are going to stop here. So thanks everybody for coming today, and super excited to see you later in the bootcamp. All right, have a good day, everybody, and see you later. Bye.